I'm Amie Sykes, and this is my sister Jolie Sykes, and we're the Junk Gypsies.
We're going to show y'all some of our favorite tips and techniques to finding great junk and making it fit your style. On this episode, we're talking lighting. We're basically always on the lookout for items that'll make really cool lighting.
And what we found over the years, there's almost nothing you can't turn into a light fixture. Okay, y'all, let's go junking.
This would actually be a really cute light.
That would be such a cute light, except for that, what do you do with the birds that are in there?
I know, that's a small problem.
I know. I'm assuming this is a grazing muzzle for a cow or something. I mean, or for a horse. Or then again, it could just be a cup.
Could be a chastity belt, yeah.
This is the first ever jock strap.
We're gonna get these the first ever jock strap. Whenever we find old lampshades anywhere, really it could be in the trash or at a junk store or at a flea market, we check them out to see if they'll work.
These old lampshades that have seen their better days, they have a really great frame inside of here. We basically never turn these away, and normally they're free or next to free.
Okay, we're back on home base now with this awesome yet shabby looking old lampshade that we scored for next to nothing, and we're ready to kind of give it a whole new life.
So today we're gonna do our glitter feather lampshade. The first thing you need to do is find an old lampshade, and the great thing about that is there's tons of these at the junk store, at the Goodwill,
in the trash,
on the curbside, your neighbor's curb. They're everywhere.
So the best part
is ripping the fabric off of the lampshade.
Here we go.
If you have any stress in your life, any type of aggression you need to take out, I mean, that seems very tame. I mean,
Yeah,
but you just start ripping this fabric out.
The great thing about this project is really anybody can do it. I mean, it doesn't require special fancy tools. It's not heavy, it's not big, and you could put it in any room. I love the idea of this in a dorm or an apartment, and it can go on a lamp, or you can buy one of those cheap light cords and just hang it from your ceiling too. So this is the ribbing that's so important. Whatever lampshade you choose, it has to have this, because so many newer lampshades, they only have the top and the bottom, and then the shade is actually what holds the top and the bottom together. So this ribbing is key, and then of course this being about the same size as the bottom is what's real important also. Other than that, you're pretty open to pick any lampshade you want. All right, now that we've finished kind of getting this one all cleaned up, the next step is to glitter these bad boys. So we're gonna go outside with some spray paint and some glitter and some feathers.
Which means we are armed and dangerous.
That's right. Y'all watch out. So now it's time to paint and glitter our feathers, which is really what makes this such a pretty project. For ours, we're using turkey feathers, and for this size shade, it takes about 50 or 60 feathers. It really depends on your shade how many you're gonna need.
And we use turkey feathers because, for one, it's a real substantial feather, and you can get these online or at a craft store.
First step is to spray them, and the spray acts like a glue and holds the glitter on. And then we sprinkle the glitter on there while the paint's still wet, and it has a really pretty effect. Okay, now for the part of assembly, adding all these pretty feathers to your lampshade.
So just get ready. This part takes a while because there's a lot of feathers, but what we use is monofilament, like a clear monofilament. Cut you a pretty good sized string, and then we kind of start wrapping it down in the plume a little bit here because it kind of helps hold it on. And just wrap it a few times and then tie it in a knot. 2 or 3 knots, probably doesn't hurt. So you tie a really good knot and you figure out about where it needs to hang, which, you know, you can hold this up and you're gonna probably hang them at different levels a little bit, but about right there is probably about
where you want it.
Thank you. Oh, and so then again, wrap this a few times and then tie it in a knot. So that's a start. Now, 550 million feathers later, you're gonna be finished.
Feather number 1. So it may not look like much yet, but we promise the grand finale is worth the wait. Okay, so this is the finished product. It looks even better once it has, obviously, a lamp or it's in its home. There's so many options with this lampshade. I mean, it could be a table lamp, a floor lamp, a hanging light. We decided to use it here as a hanging light. It's kind of a good space-saving option for a small space. I love the idea of this being in a dorm or an apartment or even like a kid's room. I mean,
well, they're just so fun.
I love it in my room too.
I mean, nothing says fun like glitter, and nothing makes you happy like glitter. So to me, this is just a happy chandelier.
And the glitter's always sparkly when the light's on.
That's right.